guys, welcome back to the Blues Lesson Series. In this video we're going to look at Box 2 in a little bit more detail. We have 5 licks that we're going to go over. We'll give those a listen first and then go over them in detail with fingerings and frets and all that stuff. But let's go ahead and review Box 2. So we're going to be here at 7th position. We're in 7th position. And starting on finger 2, fret 8. So it's going to be 2 4, 1 4, 1 4, 1 3, 2 4, 2 4, 4 2, 4 2, 3 1, 4 1, 4 1, 4 2. And then we're going to go ahead and put the blues notes in there. So we've got fret 6 on string 5 and fret 8 on string 3. I'll play through that again without calling out the finger numbers. So and fret 11 on string 1. So back down. So I'll make a couple notes here. We're playing that fingering in one position, so I'm ending up with finger 3 here on string 3 fret 9, and then fingers 2 and 4 on that top part of the scale. That's not an ideal way to play it though. Like I mentioned in some previous videos, it's just to visualize. So typically you're going to be playing that with finger 2, 1, and 3. That's going to be a much more handy position for that left hand to be in. And another note, we're not going to use it in this video, but make the connections from Box 1 to Box 2. The path to take from Box 1 to Box 2, or at least the more popular one, is right here on string 3. So if we play through Box 1, we get to that 7th fret on string 3. That slide up 2 frets puts you in Box 2. Something to make note of and start practicing once you're comfortable with Box 2. Don't try and do it too early, but definitely something that will give you, it'll expand your sound quite a bit. Even though it's the same notes, we can get a lot of different articulations there. So we'll go through the 5 licks. Let's go ahead and give those a listen, and then we'll go through each one, breaking each lick down. Now let's go ahead and break each one of those down. So the first one, we're starting with a pre-bent note. So instead of bending up into that 12th, up to the note at the 12th fret, full step bend, we're already going to have it bent, and then we immediately release right when we pick. Then we go to the 8th fret of string 1, 10th fret of string 2, 10th fret of string 1, back to the 10th fret of string 2, 8th fret of string 1, 10th fret of string 2. It's a very common sound, so all together will be, I'm using a little finger roll there with that ring finger. Number 2, we're using some triplets here, a little hammer on. You could do finger 3 here if you want. I'm using my 4th nicely in that position. So you hammer on 7 to 10 on string 4, and then grab the 9th fret on string 3, and then string 2, 8, 10, and then 8 on string 3, 7 resolves down to the D there. So you can shift your fingers around if you want, or you can stay in one position. Just getting that blues note, then resolving down to the D. Number 3, we have some double stops, so I'm barring strings 1 and 2, and I immediately slap my 3rd finger down for a bar on fret 10 of strings 1 and 2. So I'm playing through both of those strings, and I'm cutting it with a short articulation. So that's 10 and then 8. Slapping 10 down real quick, grace note hammer, and then fret 8. Then slide into fret 10 on string 2 and fret 9 on string 3. I'm using fingers 1 and 3 there. All double stops, and then we just fall chromatically from frets 10 and 9 to 9 and 8 to 8 and 7. And then just end on the 10th fret of string 4. So a lot that you could vary up there, get a lot out of that riff. This next one can be a little tricky on the fingers. So I'm going to start with my finger a little flat here on string 2 fret 8, hammer on to 10, kind of flatten my finger 1 out to get fret 8 on string 1, then reach up for string 3 fret 8 and hammer on from 8 to 9, fingers 1 to 2. So all of that so far is, and these are all even. I have this written out as 16th notes. You can play it however you want, but we're playing it evenly. Then fret 8, string 2, fret 10, string 2, fret 9, string 3. Let's recap that. Then we're just going to fall straight down an A minor 7 arpeggio or a C major arpeggio, however you want to see it. That's fret 8 on string 2, fret 9 on string 3, fret 10 on string 4, fret 7 on string 4, and then back to fret 10. So all together. Got some short articulations, triplets, swing, full step bend. This one's 2 measures. So we start out fret 7 string 4 to fret 10 string 4, then triplet, chromatic climb 7, 8, 9, fingers 1, 2, 3, then 8 and 10 on string 2. So that measure is the second measure on beat 1, bend 10 up a full step. That's bend 10, 8, 10, 8. That's it, guys. Rewind that as much as you need to get all those details. Watch my fingers, listen to the riff, go back and listen to the faster versions of it, and then start implementing those into your improv. Now, just to go back and kind of reiterate what we talked about in the previous video in Blues Box 1 is just to start out with playing through your scale just straight through, and then finding stopping points and trying to get back into that organic approach of improvising without really having to think too much about your musical phrasing. So let's just do a little bit of that. Maybe we'll implement some of these riffs. This is just an A minor backing track. It's a different one from the last video. But we'll just start playing through the scale. Throw the blues notes in. Now start finding some stopping points, creating a little bit of phrasing. Trying to listen to what you're getting, but I'm more or less just ascending and descending the scale. That was lick 1. Part of number 3. I'm going to play number 4 but with swing. Started to change it up a little bit there, and this is number 5. Listen to yourself, actively engage in listening to the notes that you're playing, and don't get too fancy, right? Don't think that you have to play fast. Knowing how those notes are going to sound over each of those chords, and knowing your chord bar blues form and the chords that are sounding in any particular moment is definitely something to feel increasingly more comfortable with. Anyways, I will stop babbling and let you guys get on and play. Have fun with that. Next video will be Box 3. No surprise. See you guys then.